On page 2.8, we are going to look at factoring expressions. So what this does is it undoes distributing. So you can see there the simplest form, we have 2x plus 8, but then factored, we actually take the 2 on the outside. So what you do is you find the greatest common factor of the two terms. So you look and see what do they have in common. And then you take that out by dividing. But you have to remember to write that number out in front of your parentheses. So when we have 2x plus 8, 2 goes into both the 2x and the 8, and that's what we write out in front. Then 2x divided by 2 is x, 8 divided by 2 is 4. So what you divide and then left over goes in the parentheses. Then you can always check your work by distributing. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 4 is 8. So let's look at number 1. 7 and 7, so they both have 7 together. So 7 is what you write on the outside of the parentheses. Then divide both things by 7. 7x over 7 is just x. 7 over 7 is 1. So even if it matches completely, you need to make sure you put a plus 1 there. If you didn't put the plus 1 and you tried to distribute, you would not get your second term. So that is considered factored. Number 2, the first thing you always want to check is, does the smaller number go into the bigger number? Does 4 go into 20? Yes, it does. So 4 is what we write down. Then our parentheses, then we divide both things by 4. So the 4's cancel and we're left with k. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 4 parentheses 4k plus 5. And again, you can just kind of do it in your head. Make sure you would get 4k plus 20 if you distributed. Number 3, ask yourself, does 5 go into 15? Yes, it does. So you write the 5 on the outside, parenthesis, divide by 5, we get m minus 3. Number 4, does 6 go into 48? Yes, it does. So 6 parenthesis, divide by 6, divide by 6. This one's a little bit different because we have variables, 2 different variables. So those cancel out and you're left with r minus 48 divided by 6 is 8, and then the s just comes along. Number 5. 12 does go into 24. So 12 is what you write on the outside. Then we're going to divide both by 12. So the 12's cancel and we're left with w plus 24 divided by 12 is 2. Number 6. Does 2 go into 9? No, it does not. There are no other numbers that go into 2. 2 is a prime number. So since 2 does not go into 9 and we can't find anything else that goes into both of them, this is already simplified. We call that prime. So if you can't find a number that you can divide them by, then you just write prime. Number 7, does 4 go into 10? No, it does not. So then ask yourself, well, what goes into 4? That's 2. 2 does go into 10. So 2 is our greatest common factor. So 2 is what we're going to write on the outside. Then we divide everything by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then don't forget to bring the n down. Minus 10 divided by 2 is 5. So you want to check and make sure 2n and 5, there's nothing that goes into 2 and 5. So that's how you know that you're done. Number 8, 10 does not go into 45. 2 goes into 10, but it does not go into 45. 5 goes into 10 and also into 45. So 5 is what we write outside of the parentheses. 5 is what goes into both of them. Then we divide by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2, and then the v comes with it, plus 45 divided by 5 is 9. Don't forget to end those parentheses as well. Number 9, 6 does not go into 21. So then we think of things that go into 6. 2 goes into 6, but not into 21. 3 goes into both. So 3 is what we're going to write on the outside. So then we divide each term by 3. That gives us 2k plus 7. Now I'm going to show you how you can go through this a couple different ways on number 10. 12 doesn't go into 16, but I know that 2 goes into both. So let's say I write out 2. That would give me 8a minus 6b. So I might think I'm done, but you are not done because there is a number that goes into 8 and 6. So the number that goes into 8 and 6 is another 2. So if you have this 2 out here and this 2 out here, that means 4 is what actually went into both of those. So I'm going to erase those and divide by 4 instead. So you always want to check to make sure you don't have anything else that can go in. So that's why we like to find our biggest number first, but if you don't, you can just keep working on it. So now I can divide by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4, bring the a down, minus 12 divided by 4 is 3, bring the b down. Now there is nothing that goes into 4 and 3, so we're finished. Number 11, 8 does not go into 15. The factors of 8, so the numbers that go into 8 are 2, which does not go into 15, and then 4, which also does not go into 15. So this one is prime. Number 12, 24y minus 40. 24 does not go into 40. So when we have factors of 24, you might think 2, which goes into both. 4 goes into both. 8 goes into both. So 8 is your biggest one, but let's say we didn't realize that and we used 4. 24 divided by 4 gives us 6y, and then 40 divided by 4 gives us 10. So then you need to realize, oh wait, there's something else that goes into 6 and 10. That would be a 2. So if 4 goes in and 2 goes in, multiply those together and you get 8. 8 is what we need to divide by. So I'll erase that. Divide both of these by 8 instead. That gives me 3y minus 5. And now you know you're finished.